How to ignite intimacy in relationships. Intimacy is arguably one of the most important aspects of any romantic relationship. It can be hard to ignite and maintain, especially in a world that's constantly evolving. But if you're willing to make a few changes, there are ways to help keep the spark alive. In this video, we will explore helpful tips on how to ignite intimacy in relationships. Whether you're just starting out or have been together for years, these ideas will help bring you closer together and create meaningful moments. Ready to start reconnecting with your partner? Let's dive right in. How to define intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, there is no one-size-fits-all definition. Intimacy is a unique experience for every couple and can be influenced by a variety of factors, from the level of physical closeness to the emotional connection. However, there are some key components that are essential for creating and maintaining intimacy in any relationship. These include communication, trust, mutual respect, and a shared sense of vulnerability. If you're looking to ignite intimacy in your relationship, start by talking to your partner about what intimacy means to you and what you need to feel close to them. Then, make an effort to connect with them on an emotional level, whether that means sharing your feelings or simply spending quality time together. And finally, show them that you're invested in their pleasure by being generous and giving without expecting anything in return. By taking these steps, you can create a deeper level of intimacy that will bring you closer together than ever before. The different types of intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, there are different types that can be experienced in a relationship. Here are the different types of intimacy. 1. Emotional intimacy. This type of intimacy is about sharing your thoughts and feelings with your partner. It's about being able to be vulnerable with them and trusting them enough to open up to them. 2. Physical intimacy. This type of intimacy is about the physical connection between you and your partner. It's about being physically close to them and enjoying activities like cuddling, sex, etc. 3. Intellectual intimacy. This type of intimacy is about being able to share your thoughts and ideas with your partner. It's about stimulating conversations and debates on topics that you're both passionate about. 4. Spiritual intimacy. This type of intimacy is about connecting with your partner on a deeper level. It's about sharing your values and beliefs with them and being able to connect on a spiritual level. How to cultivate intimacy in relationships. The ability to be intimate with another person is something that we all crave. Whether it's a physical connection or an emotional one, intimacy is what makes us feel loved and fulfilled. Unfortunately, intimacy doesn't always come easy. If you're having trouble cultivating intimacy in your relationships, here are a few tips to help you out. 1. Be present. One of the most important things you can do for your relationship is to be present. That means being fully engaged in whatever you're doing, whether it's talking, cuddling, or even just watching TV together. This can be difficult in our busy lives, but it's important to make time for quality time with your partner. 2. Communicate openly and honestly. Good communication is essential for any relationship, but it's especially important when you're trying to cultivate intimacy. Share your thoughts and feelings with your partner openly and honestly, and really listen to what they have to say as well. 3. Be affectionate. Physical touch is a great way to show your partner that you care about them and want to be close to them. Whether it's holding hands, cuddling, or sex, affection can go a long way towards igniting intimacy in a relationship. 4. Make time for each other. In order for a relationship to thrive, both partners need to make time for each other. The benefits of intimacy in relationships. Intimacy is at the heart of every happy and fulfilling relationship. It's what allows us to feel close to another person, to share our thoughts and feelings, and to be truly seen and known. Without intimacy, relationships can quickly become superficial and unfulfilling. But when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with another person, we open up the possibility for a much deeper connection. Intimacy requires us to be present with another person, to really see and hear them. It means being honest about our own thoughts and feelings, even when it's difficult. And it means letting down our defenses and sharing ourselves in a way that feels scary but also liberating. When we're intimate with another person, we're giving them a gift that's far more valuable than anything material. We're offering them a part of ourselves that we don't share with just anyone. And in return, we receive the same gift from them. Intimacy allows us to feel known and loved for who we are, not just for what we do or how we look. It's the foundation of trust, respect, and true intimacy in every relationship. The challenges of cultivating intimacy in relationships. Maintaining intimacy in a relationship can be difficult, as it requires both parties to be vulnerable and share their innermost thoughts and feelings. It also takes time and effort to cultivate intimacy, as it's not something that can happen overnight. There are a few challenges that can make it difficult to cultivate intimacy in a relationship. First, both partners need to be willing to open up to each other and share their thoughts and feelings. This can be challenging for some people, as they may feel like they're exposing themselves too much, or they may have difficulty trusting their partner. Second, it takes time to build intimacy. It's not something that can happen overnight. It takes patience and effort to really get to know someone on a deep level. This can be challenging for couples who are busy with work or other commitments, as they may not have a lot of time to invest in their relationship. Third, conflict can get in the way of intimacy. If couples are constantly arguing or if there is unresolved resentment, it will be difficult to feel close to each other. It's important to address any conflict head-on and work through it together so that you can move forward in your relationship. Fourth, outside factors such as stress from work or family obligations can impact the amount of time and energy you have available for your relationship. If you're feeling overwhelmed by other areas of your life, it may be difficult to focus on cultivating intimacy with your partner. This is pros and cons of intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, there are pros and cons to consider. On the plus side, intimacy can lead to greater connection, communication, and overall closeness in a relationship. Additionally, being intimate with your partner can increase feelings of love, trust, and satisfaction. However, there are also some potential downsides to intimacy. For example, intimacy can sometimes create feelings of vulnerability and exposure. Additionally, if one partner is more needy or demanding when it comes to intimacy than the other, it can create tension and resentment. Ultimately, whether or not intimacy is right for your relationship depends on the individual situation. If you and your partner are able to communicate openly about your needs and boundaries, then it can be a wonderful way to deepen your connection. How to improve intimacy in a relationship. If you're looking to improve intimacy in your relationship, there are a few things you can do to make it happen. First, try to schedule some time each week for just the two of you. This can be tough with work and kids, but it's important to make time for each other. You can also try doing things together that you both enjoy, like taking a dance class or going on walks. Additionally, communication is key when it comes to intimacy. Talk about what you like and don't like, what makes you feel good, and be honest with each other about your needs. If something isn't working for you, don't be afraid to speak up. Lastly, remember that intimacy doesn't just have to mean sex. It can also be about simply spending time together and enjoying each other's company. Intimacy recipes. When it comes to intimacy, there is no one-size-fits-all recipe. What works for one couple may not work for another. However, there are some general tips that can help you ignite intimacy in your relationship. Here are some intimacy recipes to try. Make time for connection. In our busy lives, it's easy to let things like work and family obligations take precedence over our relationships. But if we want to maintain a strong intimate bond with our partner, we need to make time for them. Schedule regular date nights or weekends away together, and put your phones away when you're together so you can focus on each other. Be present during sex. Sex is an important part of any intimate relationship, but it's often something that couples rush through without really being present with each other. If you want to ignite intimacy during sex, take the time to really connect with your partner. Look into their eyes, touch them gently, and be mindful of their pleasure as well as your own. Seek out new experiences together. Trying new things together can help keep the spark alive in your relationship. Take a dance class together, go on a hike in a new place, or cook a meal using ingredients you've never used before.